This video is for teachers in grades 3 through 5 who teach on a rotation, meaning that maybe I'm the 4th grade teacher and I teach every 4th grade class in my school math. This will show you how to set up your Haiku classes for the next school year. When you first log into Haiku, you'll be in My Portal, and we want to go over to the My Classes tab. Once you're here, you'll see all of your PowerSchool rosters listed. I'm going to start with this very first PowerSchool roster, which is my class, and I'll go over to the right where it says Manage Class. And the first thing I like to do is to change the title so I don't have all those PowerSchool digits there. So I'll go to that top choice, Class Settings. Once I'm here, I'll delete these numbers. So it just says Math, 4th grade. All of the other settings are fabulous, so I can just go down to the bottom and click Save. It's changed the name for me. The next step is making this class active so that once I have content in here, the students that are already in my roster, thanks to PowerSchool, will have access to that content. So once again, I'll go over to Manage Class, and the second choice is Make Active. I'll leave this selection as forever. It will be active forever until I stop it, and I can click Save. It has now left this list of classes here because it's no longer an inactive class. So to access it, now I go to the Active tab, and this is where my class is. So I'll click into it by clicking on the blue link, and here's where I can build my content. Right now, it just has my students in the roster. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to add sections that have the other rosters in it for the other teachers in my school that I teach. So to do that, I'll go over to Manage Class, and my second choice is Edit Roster. Once again, I will see my list of students here. It's my roster that's already been brought in, and I want to create sections since I teach the other 4th grade students math also. I'll click OK. And since I know this list of students that are here now, that's my class, I'm going to edit the section name, so it's not called Section A. When I click Edit, I'll change it to Mrs. F, because those are my students. And I clicked Enter, so it saved it. So now the section is called Mrs. F. I'll click into Section B, and I'll go to Import Students. Since I have access to the other classes in PowerSchool, when I check the box that says Only List My Classes and search, I'll see just the classes I have access to in PowerSchool, and I can find that other roster to link. So I'll go over to Import, and I'll select that class. It's very important to make sure this top choice that says Link is selected. That way I know that I have not added those students to this class already, and then it will be bringing in the roster from PowerSchool. So I can click Continue. I can check the list of students, and I realize from reading this list that these are Mrs. L students, so I'll click Import. And now these students, it tells me, are in Section B. So I teach another section, so I'll have to go back to Manage Sections. And so this one's not called Section B. I recognize that those students were in Mrs. L's class, so I will edit the name for Section B and call it Mrs. L, and hit Enter so it saves. I'll add one more section because I teach one more group of 4th grade students math, and this last group is Mr. S. So I'll rename the section first this time, and now I can import the students. I'll check the box to only list my classes, so I only see those that I have access to in PowerSchool, and I'll click Search. And I already got this first group, so I can get the second group here, and I'll import them. I check to make sure Link is selected. If it's not, that means I've selected a group that's already in my roster, so I can go back. But I can click Continue now, and I can import these students. Once I have all of my sections of students, I can click Close. You'll notice off to the right now, it says Show All Sections, and I have a little drop-down menu there, and I can show which section it has access to the content. And from here, I've got 3 sections of students in my class, and I can build content, and they will have access to this content. I hope this helps you set up your class for the next school year.